What if I told you the phone in your hand, the battery powering your life, is connected to a war most people have never even heard of? A war where armies don't just fight for land, they fight for what lies beneath it. Hidden under the soil of the Democratic Republic of the Congo are the minerals powering the modern world: cobalt, coltan, gold, the building blocks of your digital life, and the fuel of a conflict that refuses to end. Eastern Congo is one of the most resource-rich regions on Earth. It holds cobalt, essential for electric vehicle batteries, coltan, used in smartphones, and the three T's: tin, tungsten, and tantalum, critical for global electronics. Congo alone produces around 70% of the world's cobalt. And as the world races towards electric vehicles and clean energy, demand is exploding. But instead of development, it has triggered a scramble. At the center of the scramble is a rebel group, the M23. Over the past year, it has captured vast areas of eastern Congo, including key cities like Goma. But this is not just a rebellion. As per The Economist, M23 is building a state within a state. They collect taxes, replace officials, control borders, and most importantly, they control the mines. In a development that feels almost unreal, M23 leaders have presented business-style proposals to the United States, offering access to minerals under their control, not as rebels, but as negotiators. Because in Congo today, war is no longer just about territory, it is about supply chains. The United States is signing strategic mineral agreements with the Congolese government. China already dominates the global mineral supply chains. Regional actors are involved. And analysts now describe this conflict as both a civil war and a proxy war over critical minerals. Because whoever controls these resources controls the future of technology. But beneath all this geopolitics are people. Communities pushed off their land, workers digging with bare hands, entire regions trapped in poverty. As reported by Al Jazeera, many locals say they are excluded from the wealth extracted from their own land. This is the paradox of Congo. The richer the resources, the deeper the suffering. And here lies the contradiction no one wants to confront. The world is celebrating electric vehicles as a solution to climate change. But those vehicles depend on cobalt, and that cobalt often comes from conflict zones. So now the question becomes, is the future truly clean, or is the cost simply being transferred over to the people of Congo? This war is not distant. It is embedded in the systems that we rely on: our phones, our cars, our future. The question is no longer whether Congo matters. The question is, how much of our world depends on its suffering?